Hello horse racing fans, and welcome back to another very brief horse racing video. Today's video is me just being a spicy meatball and just talking about why I think Pinehurst is not going to win the UAE Derby, because at the very moment he is the favorite. The first part of my critiques will be focusing more on his ability to handle distance, as well as his trips in his last couple of starts, and how that makes him not ideal. And the second half of my critiques will go over the competition itself, and how they're going to give him a really hard time. So, no time left to waste, we're off. So first on the topic of distance. Pinehurst's longest career race was a mile and a 16th, which is a bit shorter than a mile and 3/16ths, which he'll have to cover in the UAE Derby. As well as that mile and a 16th performance was his worst start, a 6th in the British Cup Juvenile, although that can be partially weighted on the fact that Corniche, Bob Baffert's other front-running horse, kind of took the center spotlight, so he had to go off his game, which kind of overlaps into the other part of this point, which is that Pinehurst needs the lead to win. Both of his defeats, he didn't have the lead. In the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he was kind of set up for failure as Corniche, the other Baffert horse, went to the lead instead. But in the San Vicente, he was just outclassed by a faster frontrunner in Forbidden Kingdom. As soon as the gates flew, the race was practically over because Forbidden Kingdom got the jump. So Pinehurst was doomed from the start in that race. And if that happened in the UAE Derby, you better believe there was zero chance he wins. But let's be a bit courteous. Let's say that Pinehurst gets the kind of break he needs, and he gets to the lead just as planned. Well, he ain't out of the woods yet. For one, the mile and 3/16 distance means it's very likely he will tire regardless, but, more importantly, reason number 2, the competition he's up against. To put it simply, there are some speedy horses in this year's UAE Derby that aren't named Pinehurst. Up in front with him is Summerist Tomorrow and Bendoog, and both of those horses have proven themselves either to be able to handle longer distances while also front-running, as in the case of Bendoog, who finished a gallant third in the Albestakia at this race's distance of a mile and 3/16ths, or, in the case of Summerist Tomorrow, have incredible early speed. I mean, look at him go here. That is fast, something Pinehurst will have to fight up against and expend a lot of energy having to worry about. And even if you aren't worrying about those front-runners, there's also the come-from-behind horses, such as Azure Coast, and the horse that I am the most fond of at the moment, the winner of the Albestakia, Quality Boone, who both have exhibited incredible late-closing speed down the Meydan home stretch, one of them in a graded stakes race, and the other at a mile and 3/16ths, aka the UAE Derby distance. You get the gist. Pinehurst has a lot to do. He has to worry about incredible front-running speed, which will give him a lot of trouble since he is a speed-dependent horse who wants an easy front-running lead, and even if he's able to fight those guys off, he'll have to deal with great late-closing Meydan horses like Quality Boone and Azure Coast, which, even in more optimal races like the Saudi Derby, he still had to worry about late closers like Sakifu, who came within half a length of passing him in that said race. And imagine how much harder this is going to be at a mile and 3/16ths. So, in short, he's not gonna win this. I would be hard-pressed to see him win. If he does, I'll certainly be impressed and pleasantly surprised, but for now, I just don't see it happening. So, that concludes my little short horse racing hot take. I mean, it's not that hot. There's plenty of other people who agree, but I don't know, a little spicy, lukewarm, whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down other videos I should make, and see you guys next time.